if by next August 15th we hear that Virginia or North Carolina or Clemson or Florida State will be in the SEC by as early as 2025. So it's disappointing, but I also think in some aspects when you get to that level, you're paid handsomely to lie. I really believe that because there's example after example that we do see with the leaders that we cover sports wise. Now, you can call it craftsmanship. You can call it gamemanship. I remember talking with one of the greatest examples of all time is Dan Hicken and myself. This actually happened in the locker room. It was pretty unusual that year when Jalen Ramsey was drafted. His meet and greet, his press conference was in the Jaguars locker room. Okay. And, after that did take place, Jalen's mom and dad was in town and everyone was there for it. And it wasn't a media scrum, but it was just a couple of minutes worth of a conversation that I had with Hicken and Dave Caldwell. And on that particular time, I was working in the afternoon. I was on 3 to 7. And I came away totally 100% convinced that there was no way they would draft Miles Jack because of the problems he had injury-wise with the knee. And we know what happened in that second round. That's exactly where they went. So I understand gamemanship, okay, when stuff like that happens. But as far as flat-out lying, it's really a disappointment. In the case of Phil Mickelson, do you believe anything he says? There's certain people like that. Regardless of what happens, as soon as you hear the name, you immediately think something. I say it quite often. If you're going to hear that someone at this radio station gets in trouble, who are you going to think of? You're immediately going to point fingers at me. That's the reputation. It's only a matter of time until Ballou gets in trouble again. When you look at Phil Mickelson, it's the exact same thing. I mean, he is a degenerate gambler. And what do degenerate gamblers do? They lie. They can't tell the truth. They can't tell the truth to their wife. They can't tell the truth to their family. They can't tell the truth to their employer. You've seen it in the littlest of situations here in town or no matter wherever else you've been. It kind of goes hand in hand as much as I follow and am really interested in the life of gaming. I just did a show on VSiN in Las Vegas, and I'm getting pillaged with Jaguar questions, and they're just soaking up information, but it's all because they want to make a play. Should they pick the Jaguars to win the AFC South? And you see those numbers continue to inflate. It's now up to minus 180. A few months ago, it was minus 150. It's now minus 180. Will the Jaguars win? Our friend Rafael Esparza has it on youcanbetthat.com. Okay? Will the Jaguars, the total's at 4.5. Will Jacksonville win 5 divisional games during the 2023 season? They've never done it. Okay? They've gone 4-2 3 times, including a year ago. They've never gone 5-1. They've never gone 6-0. They have it at 4.5. Which way are you going to go with that if you're playing? You got them going 5-1? You got them going 6-0? I took a lot of guff from you listeners when I actually said I thought they would go 10-7. A lot of you were like, what? What's wrong with you, Ballou? 10-7. This team's going 13-4. This team's going 12-5. JJ and I are going to make our picks again the Friday before the start of the regular season. I have received so much public scrutiny and pressure that I feel as though I'm forced to make a pick. Kidding. But anyway, it's nuts how that is. All right. Not sure why I got off on kind of a tangent like that. I guess hence the truth teller despite all my faults, I've been an awful liar in my life. And to me, the truth is basically everything. And it's just such a disappointing world that we're a part of, that you look at the top stories day in, day out, and they signify lying. What about this Juan DeFranco story? My goodness, I don't even know where to begin here. Waiting for more details to come in. It feels like there's a ton of rumors that are making their way, but nothing has been officially reported. We know he's not in San Francisco. At least he did not play last night in San Francisco, and I believe he's out for the time being. Hell, he could be out for the rest of the season. It depends on what the sport is and what the situation is, because in a country where you are innocent until proven guilty, it feels like so many times over in sports, you are guilty and you must prove your innocence. And that is what is happening right now with Juan DeFranco. I know that you have got a couple of feelers out there. Have you heard anything more on that today after we had a conversation about it yesterday?
No, the only from what I know, I had to get my girl to translate a lot of it because most of the social media posts are in Spanish. But it seems like these are the two sides of the story. His side is, hey, this lady hooked me up with her daughter and basically made me believe that her daughter was of age. She was 18. And once they started seeing each other and exchanging texts and messages and stuff, that's when the mom came out and said, hey, my daughter's actually not of age. Now we got you caught. Now you owe us lots of money. And they basically blackmailed him. He paid him like a couple $100,000. He bought the mom a car, all this stuff. So his side of the story is this mom tricked him. Now she's basically pimping out her daughter, and he stopped paying. So because he stopped paying, she went to the media, posted stuff online. The pictures of him and the girl are out now. Obviously, their side of the story is that he knew she was underage and the mom didn't do that. But I tend to believe him for no other reason than I just don't think a guy, an athlete like that, would be dumb enough to post pictures and videos with a girl he knows is underage. But I don't know. That's just me assuming, obviously.
It's haunting.
Yes. Scary if it is true that he's being blackmailed and he didn't know. Like, if that's true, it's scary, man. How, this could ruin his career. And if it's true that he was seeing a 14-year-old girl, that's also very scary and very creepy.
Yeah, there's so much I want to say right now, but I'm just not aware of anything that we know for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, this is all based off Instagram stuff. So I don't know.
But all of that is enough to legitimately make me want to puke. And I started with a little bit of rock on the Rolling Stones. It's amazing. You go back and track history. Long before there was a lot of things that were reported, up to the minute reporting, all the way going back to the days of Elvis. But one thing that I did read in the Exile on Main Street book, and I had to go back and read it like 3 times to make sure it was correct. But their former bassist, Bill Wyman, the original bass guitar player for the Rolling Stones, when he was like in his 30s, he started dating a 13-year-old. Okay? He ends up marrying her. Now, what is even more crazy is her mother ends up dating and gets engaged to Bill Wyman's son.
Oh my God!
I'm such a rock and roll fan.
That is next level.
How did I just learn about this a week ago? I mean, how come this isn't...
That should be taught in every high school in America.
I mean, this is like Jim Morrison dying in a bathtub. This is like...
It should be common knowledge.
John Lennon getting shot out in front of his apartment. How did I not know that this actually... I had to go back and read it again.
Imagine
and again and again.
Thanksgivings
Well, what?
The Christmases?
It's always
How
been pretty
awkward is
easy.
that?
It's aunts, it's uncles, it's nephews. What do you even call that? If your wife's
Incest.
mother is dating your son, anyway.
Classic rock and roll.
Just incredible. All right, we got a lot to do tonight. It's good to have you with us. As always on Tuesday, we like to have a little fun, maybe push the envelope just a smidge, okay, as we're typically with you each and every night, 6 to 8. That'll be the case tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Tonight, we come in after the good ladies of Helmets and Heels. We like to have a lot of fun on Tuesday. If you want to join the program, as always, you can. The best way for you to do that is on our text line. That is 641-1010, and that is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. When we come back, let's talk with Devon Hamilton, who is having an outstanding camp. He has arguably been the best defensive player during training camp, okay? He has been incredible. Had a chance to talk with him after the Jaguars practice a little bit earlier afternoon. We'll play that on the other side as we go into the night.
Joe C., Matt Hayes, Mia O'Brien, and Leon Searcy, making the middle of your day have something to say.
So, what do you and your friends talk about?
XL Prime Time.
I'll answer the question.
Noon to 3 on 1010XL.
Are you an electrician looking for better pay and benefits? Miller Electric Company has the industry-leading compensation package. Electricians are eligible for a signing bonus up to $1,000. Now, they're partnering with the Jaguars in their new performance facility, the Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric has opportunities for you to work on some of the most exciting projects right here in Jacksonville. Whether you're experienced or not, visit MillerCareers.com, an equal opportunity employer. That's MillerCareers.com.
If you're looking for exterior solutions that provide you reliability and durability, it's time to call Armor Guard Exteriors. Whether you need seamless gutters or gutter protection, hurricane products, impact windows, glass lanais, or retractable awnings and screens, we've got you covered. Call My Home Team today for your 5-star experience at 904-906-8669.
Armor Guard Exteriors, committed to quality, and that's a promise.
Hey, Matt Hayes here. Expert Automotive is now open at our brand new state-of-the-art facility on St. John's Bluff Road. As always, every repair comes with a lifetime service repair warranty. Come celebrate our grand reopening by getting a free AC inspection, $50 off any repair, $199 brake specials, and free diagnostics all month long. Call 374-3373 or visit us at our new location at 2190 St. John's Bluff Road. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley have been helping clients all over Florida with their construction perm loans for 34 years. Construction perm loans are not easy to find because a lot of banks and credit unions don't understand them, and therefore they don't like to do them. Well, your problem is solved. Trustline Mortgage wants to help you build your dream home. Our construction perm loans are single close, so you save money by not having to close twice, like with other lenders. Some of our construction perm loans allow you to lock in your interest rate up front. And if interest rates go down, we'll give you the better rate. We offer up to 100% VA loans, up to 96.5% for FHA loans, and up to 95% for conventional loans. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you build your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing lender. MLS number 331480.
I open the door and take you inside the locker room to get you closer to the field, the players and coaches you care about.
Get a look at Hayes' blog on 1010XL.com.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reese Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
At ABBQ, they are turning up the heat this football season like no other. Picture this, 15 massive TVs strategically placed throughout the restaurant so you won't miss a single touchdown. Step into their huge outdoor area where the excitement of the game meets the fresh air. Here's the kicker, and this is a big one for me. They got the sound on blast throughout the restaurant for the whole game. Your destination for mouth-watering barbecue and an unforgettable game day. ABBQ, meet and drink with us.
Got chronic joint pain but want to avoid steroids and surgery? Take some advice from pro football legend Emmitt Smith. Call QC Kinetics.
Let QC Kinetics help you improve your quality of life with biologic therapies that get your body to repair and restore damaged tissue.
These exciting new regenerative treatments from local medical professionals can help your body heal itself with lasting pain relief.
Trust me, you want to avoid surgery if you can. Check out these biologic treatments to see what your options are.
QC Kinetics, restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime, no surgery, no drugs.
I'm talking about joint pain we all can relate to in your knees, your shoulders, your hips, and your lower back. They'll get you feeling good again.
Get relief now.
What are you waiting on? Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmett Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Keeping your body healthy and active leads to a more vibrant life. A great place to do that is the First Coast YMCA. The Y is equipped with state-of-the-art cardio and strength equipment, plus group exercise studios where trainers host activities like yoga, Zumba, and cycling sessions. The full-court basketball gym and indoor 5-lane swimming pool are open year-round. The Kids Zone can keep an eye on your kids while you work on that dad bod. And it's all available with your family membership. Learn more at fcymca.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Also a romantic, and one of the great parts of training camp is the lovely trip home. And I take the Phillips Highway stroll in the Key GMC Sierra. And the ladies look. I have the windows down, which may be a mistake. Once they look inside, they're like, oh, head on down the road. Bayard is your part of town. But it's certainly a staple here in Jacksonville, and I'm going to miss that tomorrow and Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Jaguars nowhere near downtown. They are in Detroit. They'll play Saturday at 1. We'll be back out there beginning next Monday, but they're clearly now, they're clearly now in preseason mode where, it feels like training camp is over. And preparations, at least somewhat, have begun. They did a week ago against Dallas. There's kind of a feeling, and I don't know this, but there's a feeling that Jacksonville's going to practice hard with Detroit 2 to 3 days, and that you may not see the starters Saturday at 1 o'clock against the Lions. That it's going to be backups because there is going to be some hitting, Wednesday and Thursday or Thursday and Friday. I got to believe it's Wednesday and Thursday, kind of a walkthrough day before the scrimmage on Saturday. We shall see. And then whether or not they play or is it just a brief opportunity for them with that home game here against Miami, obviously that does remain to be seen. But it'll be intriguing, no question about that. The 0976 says, dude, are you Rip Van Winkle, who has been sleeping for decades? The Wyman story came out in the late 80s. I got to tell you, I've been on air for 31 years. I've been in the business as an intern for 2 others. Let's see, 31 plus. That's 33 years. This is the most embarrassed I've ever been in the history of sports radio. What have I done? 2,000 shows? I don't know. I cannot believe I did not know that story because I have always been a huge Rolling Stones fan, an enormous Rolling Stones fan. But that blew me away when I did read that the other night. All right, let's get to Devon Hamilton. Let's do that. This.
Are we done with the incest? I was about to ask, have you ever been with a mother-daughter duo or, 2 sisters or anything fun like that?
A mother-daughter combination?
Hey,
no, I have not, JJ.
Of age mother-daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice 42, 25, something like that.
I can't even think of anything that would be even remotely close in that category for me.
I got a couple sisters.
No. Stepsisters?
No, real life sisters.
Yeah.
Years apart. But it still counts. Always been proud of that.
What's that now? You're confusing me.
You said one of the Rolling Stones guys he was sleeping with the mother.
Yeah.
His son sleeping with the mother, and then he's sleeping with the daughter. I was just wondering, have you ever, slept with two sisters before?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's a shame.
No, I have not. I'm trying to think if there were ever, like any twins or.
Oh, that definitely never happened to me.
Anything like that.
That's that's something that only happens in the movies.
Now, I dated but like my 7th grade girlfriend was an O'Brien, and then my high school girlfriend was her younger sister.
Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but like the 7th grade one, I didn't even kiss her.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? It was like one of those deals where you just had.
You hold hands
totally
in class.
Hadn't even hit puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
to me, that counts.
My high school girlfriend, I mean, it's so sad.
What?
To look back upon.
Why?
Because you're so stupid at that
age. Oh, yeah. The way you, reacted to being broken up with as a teenager is so pathetic.
Yeah, and it's like, you have all these expectations, and I'm going to be a part of this great Irish Catholic family, right on the outskirts of Boston. It's so important as to where I grew up. It was such a branding
like you had
type
to
of life.
Marry like a Kennedy type.
I mean, Catholicism, if you weren't one of us, you're not one of us. And, it's like, here I am just barely getting into Florida State. She's a year behind me. She goes off to Harvard, okay? She goes to freaking Harvard, bro. Okay?
Do you know what she's doing now?
Yeah, she's like in charge of. She's like a what's it called?
So she does work. She's not like a stay-at-home to a millionaire husband.
Overseas education. In high schools.
She's a teacher, bro.
Now it's
you
more.
Won.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt I won, but I forget her title.
Okay.
But she like a superintendent of schools.
Oh, whoa, okay.
Or something like that.
A little more important.
Well, I mean, that's the one thing in Boston I will say that I do massively agree with. They really take education as important as I got to believe anyone or any state does.
Certainly more than here.
In the country.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's rotten down here, man.
Well, you just look at those polls or those statistics or whatever it is. It's not like I'm fully engrossed in them. Okay?
Neither am I. I just went to school here my whole life in public school, and I just know it's trash.
Well, listen, I say all the time that going to high school at Acton-Boxborough is a hell of a lot harder than going to school at Florida State.
Wow.
But also let me say this. I have a criminology degree, and I loved what I studied. So to me, at least in my major, it wasn't like this is a grind. Oh my God, I have to do this. I was so interested in everything that had to do, like I remember, for instance, recidivism, learning that like jails, more than 50% of jails, prisons, are filled with individuals who had been in jail before.
Repeat offenders.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, repeat offender, recidivism, same deal. It's like when I was 18, I didn't know that. So,
yeah, I think that stat is that the majority, it's over 50% of people that have been in jail before go back.
Hey, for what it's worth, the folks on the text line, they have absolutely had plenty of mother-daughter relationships.
Oh, I haven't even checked.
I got guys on here that tell me they've slept with the entire sorority house.
Now that I call
okay?
BS.
Here's a guy who said he had an aunt-niece combo. I want to party with our listeners. Can I just come right out and say that right now? That allow me to buy all the booze.
And niece.
All right, it's obviously going to be Miller Lights, but I'm going to bring a bottle of Irish whiskey. Look at all of this stuff. bets rolling. I'm almost embarrassed to mention their phone number in case their wife or girlfriend is listening.
All these are in the past. It's
yeah.
fine.
Well, then again, I've been with the same girl for 14 years. I don't even know her phone number.
Dude,
it's unbelievable.
Same. I mean, I haven't been with my girl that long, obviously, but I have no idea what her phone number is. And every time I have to give it, like in public for some reason, she acts like she just caught me cheating on her or something. Like she's so appalled by that. Like, get over it.
Well, I told you, you were a producer then, but a few years ago, when I was on my way to New Orleans, it was a COVID year. And that is when I found out that I was literally on the runway, and I found out that my good friend had passed, the Godfather, Jim Kane. So I get to Bourbon, and I'm just really upset. I mean, just really, really upset. So we didn't have a game until the following night. Make a long story short, I really tied one on Bourbon Street, and I was really upset. Well, I got played, and it was a game, and I ended up talking to police officers who are, security with the Jags, and they said it happens mostly in New Orleans and in Las Vegas. But I was at a bar. It was a classic rock bar on Bourbon Street, and I paid a tab, turned around. It was a great tune playing, and I turned my head back. My phone's gone. My credit card's gone. Okay? My phone was stolen. So I'm on the middle of Bourbon Street. The only thing I have, thankfully, is my hotel card. So I know where my hotel is.
So you don't carry a wallet?
No.
Like that?
I had I'm old school mafia. As you can, I'll show it to the listeners.
You got a money
YouTube
clip?
tonight?
We are.
No, bro. I go with the old rubber band.
Love it.
Okay, I go with the broccoli band or the cauliflower
That's
band.
class.
That's how you do it. Where I come from, you roll it up in a freaking rubber band. That's how real men carry their cash.
Seinfeld, when Kramer's like, you put the big bills on the outside. He goes, that's a 5.
All right, so I'm like.
Anyway, someone
Yes.
takes your phone. You have your hotel key.
I get back, and I'm in the Jaguars hotel. I don't even know my girlfriend's number.
Oh, to get a hold of her.
At that point, I'd been with her for 12 years.
You're like, I have to email her.
Okay? I'm like, oh, my God. Because she's so good. I'm like, call her. She'll stop the
Cancel
credit card.
my credit card. Find out where the phone is.
And she did it because that was back when I was still kind of running with the whole, Coinbase and crypto. And I was, trying to play. I was stupid. I was trying to play crypto almost like the stocks.
A lot of people lost
which
that
ended
way.
up, it ended up costing me quite a bit of money. But they gambled on it, and they tried to put down. I think they tried to take $75,000 out, and I didn't have, close to that amount.
Of course, a bank is gonna make sure that is you.
So she got out in front of it and stopped everything. And
so you didn't have a password on your phone, or they were able to get into it.
I did. I did. And I do the face recognition, but at times I just hit and they played it out so well that they knew my passcode.
So they probably were watching you.
The first thing they did is they went to a Walgreens and bought a bag of chips and individual
to see
beers
if it worked.
just to see if it worked. And then the next thing you know, they're in bars buying shots. So all these charges came in, but I didn't have a phone. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know. So I contact Frangie the next morning.
Do you have my girl's number?
I'm like, hey, Frank, you happen to have my girlfriend's number? He's like, as a matter of fact, I do. You mind shooting that over to me?
That's so funny. That's exactly
no,
what
it was
happened
horrifying. It was absolutely, and you know what? It's dangerous because no matter what if your phone just, every cell phone I have at one point it craps out on you. It's almost like an old car. What if
for no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, what if you're getting ready to walk into a game and you got your 4 tickets on there, and all of a sudden your phone craps out on you, or your younger daughters or whatever, we're going to the restroom, or we're going to, you're at Busch Gardens or whatever, we're going to this event, and and all of a sudden you lose them and you no longer have contact. It's scary.
Yes,
that it happens
but
that
guess what? That's how life used to be.
Oh, I know.
You would just like, hey, we got separated at a theme park and we never found each other all day, or we had to go over the intercom and we found my son or whatever. Like, man, that stuff happened. It was just a way of life. It is crazy to think about it. Now I'm like, if my girl is like, in the bathroom for too long at the airport or something, I'll text her. Just be like, yo, what's the deal? Or anything like that. I can't stand being away, not knowing where someone is for a while. But I'm not at the point where there is those apps where you can like see where everyone is in your family at one time. That's creepy to me. I'm not at that point.
No.
I don't need anybody to know where I'm at all the time.
I honestly think that there's not a lot of places where I would ever think that someone is going to steal my phone.
Yeah. Because there's usually a password on it, and it's like, what could you do with it? But then it's like, oh, all my banking information is on that.
Yep. So that was a nightmare. And anyway, that was a few years ago. All right, why don't we take a break?
Yeah, I ruined the Devon Hamilton.
Yeah, we
interview.
ruined it, man. This Devon Hamilton is like the best player in camp. Ballou's talking about losing his cell phone. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And look at all the. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take down all these numbers. I want to party with our listeners. These guys have some of the greatest stories I've ever heard. Maybe I'll put together a podcast called Hooking Up.
With listeners on it.
Because some of the stuff that is coming, and here's where I am with this. I began talking about grown men lying. I got to be the first to say, if you take out time to text us at 641-1010 on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, everything you say is true, okay? I'm not calling a fib on any one of these stories. Good stuff. Keep it going. Just gave you the digits. We got a lot to do with you tonight till 10.
Super moments.
This is the play of the game right here.
Super games.
Everyone wants to be a part of NFL history.
Superstars.
He is a difference maker now.
On the Superstation.
You will be wowed.
1010X. 1010XL.
Folks, it's finally here. The return of the Blue Crab Crab House. After a massive fire, they return and they're open Tuesday through Saturday, 4:30 to 10, Sunday noon to 9. As always, each and every Tuesday, $2 margaritas, $1 oysters on Wednesday. And as expected, the best crabs that you'll find throughout Jacksonville. Same ownership, same management. The Blue Crab Crab House off of San Jose on Jillington Creek Road.
E.T. here for the Aesthetic Center. Do you get up a lot at night to go to the bathroom and lose a lot of much-needed sleep? And you can never fully go back to sleep, can you? Am I right? Take a time out on the Emsella chair. Get those pelvic floor muscles strong again. Just a few short sessions will get you back in the game stronger than ever. And guess what, guys? It can also help you out with that ED, if you know what I'm saying. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at jacksaestheticcenter.com.
Why live with foot or ankle pain? If you have persistent pain, numbness, tingling, burning pain on the bottom of your foot, or swelling that doesn't improve with home treatment, it may be time to see Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our foot and ankle specialists have innovative new options to help you get back in the swing of things without persistent pain that slows you down. Call JOI 2000 or go to joionline.net for an appointment.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 15th, 1999 PGA Championship Men's Golf, Tiger Woods wins his second major championship by 1 stroke ahead of Sergio Garcia.
Are you drowning in credit card debt? Want to get cash out of your home's equity? Loan Pronto can now do it in less than a week. Hey, it's Prosser here, and that's right. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit just got even faster. You can get $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 in as little as 5 days. And you don't even have to touch your primary mortgage, so you can keep that 3% rate intact. Just get the money you need and pay off all those credit cards, or get that home improvement project started. With this revolutionary program, you can access up to 90% of your home's value, and in most cases, there's no appraisal. Stop paying insane interest rates to the credit card companies and get tens or even hundreds of thousands in cash in as little as 5 days. Call Loan Pronto now for the even faster Equity Express line. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
'Tis the season to be cool. Florida Home AC wants to make sure you're not cooked like a Christmas goose this summer. Make sure your AC unit is ready for the heat, and if it's time to look at replacement, look for quality and value. You'll get that from Florida Home AC. And right now, take advantage of $1,750 off a brand new heating and AC unit. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com for all the details and trust a company that will always keep you cool. Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Bobby, did we get that shipment of mesquite?
Jim's woodworking shop worked fine.
Good fit on those Japanese corners.
Until half his staff retired.
Wow, those cuts are neat. I'm really going to miss your precision.
He needs 4 skilled woodworker bees ASAP.
All right, this jigsaw needs a new blade.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates, and you can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Andy's Automotive and Truck Services, they know that your company's fleet is more than just a bunch of cars and trucks. It's your livelihood, your reputation, your pride. So when you need routine fleet maintenance or emergency repairs, Andy's offers after-hours and mobile service to minimize your downtime and keep your fleet running like new. While you care for your employees and customers, rest assured Andy's Automotive will take care of your fleet. Visit the team at andysats.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
6476 says home, and I've already had 5 beers after a long day at work. The Jags and Knowles are looking good for the first time in forever. Life is good today. Now, here's the deal, 6476. Listen to our show till 10, then put on, ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones. I think Tuesday night, since we're late, we're going to play a lot of rock so we can slide over to that new... It's kind of... Do they have a stripper's pole over there where Glenn's Liquors used to be? They got lights up. They've got all sorts of crazy stuff.
Latin music. They got pina coladas.
What's going on over there, though, man? I need to pop in. I mean, what's happening?
Donde Mickey's.
Is that what it's called?
It's called Donde Mickey's.
We love it. We do. We're big fans.
Never ceases to amaze me how good you are at hitting the post, though. That is an art. It really is.
Oh, you mean I thought you were talking about hitting the brakes.
No, you never do that. I mean, with the song.
Well, that whole rock deal, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I may do it alone in my home, but I'm going to be a late-night DJ. I really am. And I'm going to talk so much rock that I'm going to play like 4 songs an album. I'm going to play like 4 songs an hour because I'm just going to go in and out with everything. And that's what's so great. seriously about life is that, and it's so easy now, where you can learn so much more. It used to be hard. I feel for those who have passed on where, if you need it was in the newspaper or you had to go on an encyclopedia, you had to go to the library. I mean, everything right now is right there. All you got to do is hop on the Google and you can basically find whatever it is that you want. But I keep going through these little niches. I have a ton of rock books that I read over the years, but I've been on a little bit of a stretch now where I've been reading quite a few. And I think I'm going to stay with that particular angle for some time. All right, let's get to Devon Hamilton. He's had a great camp. Of course, he got paid in the offseason. They did switch things inside today after lightning, so it was the first workout inside the Miller Electric Center. Here's my conversation with Devon Hamilton. All right, here with Devon Hamilton. Did you see the lightning bolt before you came in here?
I heard it for sure. I believe, what is it? Sheriff pointed it out before me, but
yeah. It was pretty intense. What was it like moving inside? Obviously, the weather is much cooler, but your thoughts working out indoor here at the Miller Electric Center?
It's definitely something to get used to. I felt like we were outside for the majority of the day, so we're probably cleats a little worn, a little wet, so transitioning onto here was a little difficult.
And that transition is going to continue. I was looking it up. It's like mid-70s, high 70s in Detroit beginning tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. We're excited to go up there and compete and show what we can do and work our stuff.
How important is that to practice against different players, different professionals, first team against first team, to be able to work that in the next couple of days?
I feel like it's very important. After a while in camp, you've gone against the same people every single day. You kind of know their moves, kind of know what they're going to do and whatnot. So it's good to mix it up a little bit, get us a new look, and just go out there and compete.
You've had a really good camp, both against the run and also, the push against the pocket and being able to get at quarterbacks. Just your overall thoughts on how you've done in year two now with Mike Caldwell and his system.
I feel like I've been doing well. I definitely have a lot of stuff that I need to improve in, and I'm trying to work on that every single day. I mean, that's just always the goal, but I feel like I've been doing very well.
That interior defensive line really is strength. Do you feel that way as far as the numbers?
We have to be. I mean, just for our division alone, we have a lot of running teams in our division and a lot of teams that we play against. We got to be physical, and that starts with us up front.
I know that collectively as a group, you guys do a really nice job not letting any of the outside noise come in. But when you hear you got to get better with the pass rush, how do you guys handle that?
I mean, just put in the work. I mean, that's all you can really do. I mean, obviously we weren't where we were. Well, we weren't what we wanted to be last year, and it's definitely been a big emphasis for us.
Final thought. Press clippings, expectations, they've completely turned since you've been here, where most believe you win the AFC South and go deeper into the playoffs. How do you handle this preseason success?
I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like we're prepared for it, but at the same time, this really doesn't – it means something, but it's not going towards a record. I feel like this is just a building block for us to go into the season winning and knowing how to win, and hopefully building upon that.
Appreciate your time, Devon.
No problem.
So, it's a numbers game. Obviously, it doesn't involve Devon Hamilton. He has been outstanding. And I think the three interior defensive linemen, one of which can, be on the edge in a 3-4. But if you look at him, along with RRH and Big Foley, they like those three. And they're healthy, knock on wood. Hopefully that does maintain. But I think they feel very comfortable about that part of their overall defense. I do wonder a little bit about depth. I mean, Adam Gotsis is kind of a snap count guy, right? What's he going to give you, 15, maybe 20 plays a game? This is where Arden Key, his loss hurts. Tyler Lacey's had a really good training camp as a fourth-round pick. He's going to make this team. Where do you fill in the numbers after that? Henry Mondu, they put on the reserve injury list. So my guess is they'll put him officially on PUP as things get rolling, so he'll be out at least 8 games. And then you got guys like Raymond Vahasek, who did some nice things last week in camp, Jeremiah Ledbetter, Deshaun Dixon, who also was a guy that we know can play the edge. But it's going to be interesting to see how this all shakes out. I can't see Michael Dogby making this team. I haven't seen him do one thing since he's been here. But anyway, I think they feel real comfortable about what's going on inside. Are they going to add another pass rusher? Well, we keep checking here to see what's going on with Jadeveon Clowney. Unless something has broke since I've been on air, he's still out there for the taking. It was a busy Monday, right? Dalvin Cook to the Jets, Zeke Elliott to the Patriots, but still nothing happening there with Jadeveon Clowney and the Jaguars as far as a guy coming off the edge. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney last year only had 2 sacks in 12 games, but that's not what he is all about. He's a little bit like a Trayvon Walker style of guy, and I'm going to get into Trayvon Walker next hour. Mark Long had a real good piece on him, which, frankly, really surprised me, some of the things he said. But, Clowney will set the edge, as you know. Clowney will defend the run. Clowney also creates havoc, pressure. But we're so infatuated with the sack statistic, and it's not always telling. If Jacksonville can just get to the quarterback a quarter of a second faster, 0.2 of a second faster. They were 8th in the league in pressures, but they were, 26th in the league in sacks or 28th in the league with sacks? They had 35 as a team. But they were so close. Still, you got to get there. So whether that's better coverage for another quarter of a second or 0.2 of a second, or just getting there faster, maybe it's a combination of both. But you get the feeling that they could get there, and whether or not that happens with a more aggressive style of defense only remains to be seen. I like seeing that blitz with Andre Sisco the other night, even though it was against guys who won't make that team. I really do believe that we're going to see a ton of that this year. Sisco, Antonio Johnson, Devin Lloyd, sending guys from different positions to try to help that pass rush. All right, let's get ready for our second hour. 641-1010. Best way to get on in, that is our text line. That's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Hot summer heat.
Oh, now summertime's here, babe. Need something to keep you cool.
Keep it cool all summer long with 1010XL, Jacksonville's cool summer station.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again, recognizing the local heroes in our community with a brand new car. That's right, we'll be giving away a brand new car, cash, and free oil changes for life to our local heroes. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, or your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
Players Grill Mandarin is welcoming the Roadrunners, North Florida's hottest variety band with lead vocalist Glenn Dewberry and lead guitarist Mike Torelli. Friday, August 25th, 8 p.m. at Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
Introducing an exciting update from Duck Duck Rooter. Mia here and my friends at Duck Duck are thrilled to expand on their already long line of home and business services with the launch of Duck Duck Air Conditioning. As a licensed mechanical contractor, the skilled Duck Duck Air Conditioning team is equipped to handle any HVAC and refrigeration project you can throw at them. Folks, it is hot outside. There is no reason to be hot inside. Contact Duck Duck Air Conditioning today at 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com.
Want to help improve the lives of women and make sure that all survivors of sexual assault are treated with compassion and respect? Join Farah and Farah and the Women's Center of Jacksonville at the summer's biggest breakfast, Thrive, on August 22nd to learn how to pick up the pieces after life throws you a curveball. The Women's Center of Jacksonville is a valuable community resource, offering free services when they are needed the most. But they need your support. Visit the WCJ.org for more information on Thrive.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL FM, Jacksonville Beach.
If you're a Jaguars fan who's always on the move, we've got the perfect ticket for you with our Bundle at the Bank. You can purchase tickets to 3 or more games, starting at just $58 per game. Whether you're working around a work schedule or excited to share the hometown team with out-of-town family, you get the flexibility you want for your time at Everbank this fall. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000 to get your Bundle at the Bank.
People who suffer from arthritis are getting real pain relief with exciting biologic therapies at QC Kinetics.
The success rate is there, and there's no better way to treat yourself when it comes to dealing with pain.
Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics, who says they can't cure arthritis, but they can treat the pain.
If you think of the tide coming in and out on the beach and what it does, it erodes the sand, right? Can't stop the tide, but eventually when the sand or the beach gets bad enough, we backfill that beach with sand so that we get generations of enjoyment with that beach again. And the same thing happens with your knee or your shoulder or your hip or your back. We want to backfill the problems that have happened to this point. I'm not stopping the tide, so I'm not stopping the arthritis, but I want to get generations of enjoyment out of those joints again.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn more about how restorative biologic therapies can get you real and lasting joint pain relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Summer Nights, presented by 1-to-1 Financial, is an evening affair benefiting Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. Saturday, August 26th. Enjoy an evening at the beautiful Glass Factory as you sip premium cocktails. Dance the night away with live swing music from Bold City Classics. Taste delicious dishes from local restaurants and win exciting auction packages. For details and tickets, go to tinyurl.com/2023 Summer Nights.
Whether you're driving a golf cart on the course or off, staying safe should always be a priority. Wolfson Children's Hospital offers tips to make sure you and your child know the safety basics to help avoid crashes and injuries at go.baptistjacks.com/golf cart.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Anthony Richardson, your starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. The opponent, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Best case scenario, this is 1-0 to begin the year. If I were you, I would have that bet in now. I would not wait. Got to believe it's going to be nothing but Jacksonville money. Indianapolis right now is broke. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's AWOL. He's back in. He's on the pup. He's got an ankle. Jim Irsay is like a modern-day, oh, goodness, Charlie Finley. I mean, who do we even want to compare him to? And I'm not trying to be a smart ass here, but it almost feels like his mind has gone because of his habits. His mind is gone because of the way he conducts his daily life. That is a scary situation. I'm not a Jim Irsay hater. The guy would do anything to win, okay? I mean, you can go back to the Bill Polian pumping in noise. You can go to the game here where all the Colts had to do was win to get in. and just how incredibly angry he was about that situation. He wants to win. He's got that Jerry Jones fire in him to win. But he's one of these guys, man, that it seems like every other time he's spotted in public or interviewed in public, he doesn't look right. And
No.
you know what I mean?
Oh, he looks. Yes.
What does he look? What does he look like to you?
He looks like he's on barbiturates. He looks like he eats lots of Xanax. That's what he looks like.
Looks like he just got off Haight and Asbury.
Yeah, exactly. He has the look of whatever. But have you heard the whale story? I don't know if you talked about this last week. Okay,
Absolutely.
I wasn't here a week ago. So
Well,
he's
but
trying.
it's so funny how he won't pay Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah, but he'll
spend the money on this whale.
$50 million to fly a whale across the country, I believe it is, to freedom. Which, me being an environmentalist that I am, I appreciate that.
Yes.
Tacode is the name of the whale.
You know, there were two things that were said in the last 10 or so days that are so hypocritical. Number one is Jim Irsay calling out the collective bargaining agreement and how the running backs are trying to mess up what they bargained because they are collectively underpaid. And he has a real problem with that. Well, we've heard every reason why running backs are underpaid. You don't have to go through every little nut and bolt of the latest CBA to make your point. Just the point is in. Running backs are underpaid. The other one was Jerry Jones on Zach Martin. For every dollar that he makes, and I guess that deal got done today, every dollar he takes, he's taking away from one of his teammates. And I'm like, ever since we've been involved in sports, we have heard about contract negotiations, redoing deals, and it's always been said, well, Tom Brady took less to add more players. Aaron Rodgers took less this year in New York, so you can add more players, so you can add Dalvin Cook. But I have never heard once, well, if we pay this guy, look how selfish he is. He's taking money away from other guys. So we've seen, or not seen, we have heard these comments in the past week and some change from these two owners.
I got to say I respect that. That is some language I've never heard from an owner. I like it. It's very in your face. I guess it sort of is true in a salary cap league. You know, you don't have to think about it that hard. But yeah, I just never heard it put like that. I don't think that's ever going to stop any player from getting what he thinks he deserved. We had a question on the text line about that, like, would Trevor be willing to take less like Tom Brady did? I don't remember Tom Brady's first contract. I don't even remember it being like huge or anything like that. But did he take less money in his first contract?
I don't remember.
I thought that was like 10, 12 years down the line.
I don't remember his first contract. I honestly do not. And they, even back then, so his first contract would have been 2003, 2004.
Yeah, he signed a 3-year, $866,000 deal. Oh, that was his entry-level contract.
Right.
Excuse me. Let me find it.
It was only a 3-year deal? Back then it was only 3 years, not 4 years for rookies? That's right. They may have collectively bargained that fourth year. But I don't think he made top quarterback money with that first contract, even though he had been a part of a couple of Super Bowl winning teams. I may be wrong.
Yeah, but his first contract, that was his fourth year in the league, like you said. So he's making like 2.8, 4.5, 7, 9. So yeah, he never really. The most he ever made was with the Patriots in 2019, $18,000. Besides that, it was never too. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm looking at the bonus.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. He did take less later in his career. But it's just amazing. I mean, Jerry Jones does this with Zach Martin. Now they get a deal done today, or I guess it was late yesterday. And they restructured the deal. They gave him some upfront money. But here you are basically at war. The best left guard in the game against the owner. And then after weeks of this, you get a deal done. So are we all supposed to believe that all of a sudden that's a happy marriage? That after the things that have been said, I mean, he threw Zach Martin under the bus to all of the other 89 players that are in training camp right now. I've never heard an owner do it the way that Jerry Jones did it. I would hate if we heard Trent Baalke say something like that, or Dave Caldwell or Gene Smith say something like that, or even Sean or Tony Khan say. I mean, look at all the criticism Tony Khan got when he said that he couldn't get anything for the Yannick Ngakoue and that scenario when Yannick wanted to get traded a few years back. Pretty amazing stuff.
There's one owner that you could see saying that, and he said
That's
it.
Jerry.
I don't think about any other ones.
Al Davis would have said it.
Maybe Irsay. Maybe Al Davis would have said it. So I have it. 4-year, $29.6 million contract. That was Brady's first one, and that was in 2002. And then after that, he signed another 4-year, $42. So that's when you can sort of start seeing him. That was 2005, taking less. Obviously that wasn't a humongous deal to help the team. And then 2010, 4 years, $72, also not a big contract. So, yeah, back then guys weren't getting what they are now with these 10-year, $400 million deals. I don't think Trevor's going to take a discount.
No, he
shouldn't.
He's not going to. And to answer this question from the 0826, will Lawrence take less like Brady did? I almost feel like there's too much pressure from
the rest of the quarterbacks,
the people that we are aware of, the National Football League Players Association, his agent. There is, and we just went through Zach Martin and Jerry Jones, Jonathan Taylor and Jim Irsay. There's not a lot of love here, okay? There is a major difference between ownership and the players. And everything's changed, all right, from training camp on. These training camps today are a breeze compared to the way it used to be. There's so much more as far as players' rights. And it sounds so noble, right? Take less. I mean, no one can ever spend that amount of money. Who cares if you make $50 million a year or $55 million a year? I get that. But the point is, you are moving the curve. You are changing the stratosphere of these contracts. And everyone who gets paid just a little bit more. What have we seen? The last 4 quarterback contracts have all been the highest paid quarterback contracts. What have we gone through this year? Herbert, Hurts,
Burrow. No, not yet. We don't have Burrow.
Burrow's out. Burrow's going to have a record-setting deal. Okay, and you know who is ridiculously underpaid is Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Ridiculously underpaid. And now there's some school of thought there that maybe he'll take a little bit less to keep winning. But you're talking about a quarterback who's won twice. You're talking about trying to keep a little bit of a nucleus together. I do think there's a difference between Mahomes and Lawrence. I just do, as far as, what they've done and what they're expected to do. It would be great for Jacksonville. It would be sensational for Jacksonville. But I just don't think it's going to happen. Now, listen, I don't know Trevor Lawrence personally. I talk with him whenever the media gets an opportunity. He's a class guy. There's nothing not to like about him. It wouldn't surprise me if Trevor wanted to take a little bit less. But I think the pressure is going to be on him to keep this thing going.
If he wanted to help the team, he could do what Mahomes did, which is take one of those crazy long contracts where you can play with all the money, pay him here, there, bonus here, whatever, defer money to a certain year, instead of what Herbert did, which I think I think Herbert did the smartest thing for the individual to maximize your worth is, take a 4-year deal. I think his was 4 or 5. And then you're, 31 years old, or maybe not 30-something years old, and you can do it again. You can get another 5-year, $200+ million deal. Like you said, Patrick Mahomes is already underpaid because he took that big, long, huge sum contract. So if Trevor does something like that, to me, that would be the Jags would have more wiggle room, and they would be able to do more instead of, hey, in 4 more years, we're going to have to re-up again.
And the Mahomes deal looked just absolutely sensational.
Yeah, it did.
Until we saw the guaranteed money, and then we find out that Deshaun Watson, after everything he's involved in, gets $230 million guaranteed. That's what changed everything. We get caught up in years and money. You got to look at the G. You got to look at the guaranteed money. So every deal that's coming in now is going to be more. And Trevor Lawrence, and don't fool around with Trevor Lawrence. Every time this comes up, I get quite a few that will text in and say, have him play through his rookie contract. Pick up the 5th-year option. You can franchise tag him in a 6th year. And I understand that school of thought. I absolutely do. And I honestly believe that if you were trying to assemble a team that can win the Super Bowl in 2024 and 2025 and 2026, that may be the best way to go about it. But you cannot fool around with your franchise quarterback.
No way.
You have to keep this guy happy. You don't have to. You don't need the media coming up every year.
Look what happened to Lamar.
Exactly. You don't need the media coming up every. And instead of talking to Trevor about the receivers, you don't say, Trevor, you're playing this year on the final year of your rookie contract. Your thoughts on an extension. Okay, remember Jalen, how pissed he would get? Unique, how pissed he would get? They picked up your 5th year. Your thoughts. They're going to put a franchise tag on you. You're going to be here for... No. You can do that with other position players. They waited on Evan Ingram. Got a deal done in the 11th hour. They tagged Cam Robinson for consent. You can do it with players, not your quarterback. No way. You got to pay this guy. And I'd pay him next March. It's going to cost you a ton. The numbers are going to be scary. But if you wait another year, it's going to be even that much more. So, the salary cap figures continue to head north, which is a good thing. This is going to be a very interesting season for Jacksonville. And one thing that I really feel pretty good about, and it's way too early this year, obviously, but it feels like Trent Baalke's draft classes have a chance to be really good. Okay, now you need guys to improve from last year, most notably those top 3 defensive players. Even Luke Fortner needs to get better as a rookie center. Way too early to judge any of the players this year. But if you start developing the young talent, that's how you win. It's a mixture of guys that you drafted. I mean, can you have in your starting, and I always look at it as a starting 24. It's not a starting 22. It's trips at wide receiver. It's a nickel back or whatever it may be when you look at your defense. But if you can have 24 players, and then let's say you added another 5 or 6, your top 30 players, if you can have that with like a little bit more than half, let's say high up in the teens, maybe 17, 18, 19, under a rookie contract, paying paying that amount of money out in the first 4 years, and then maybe you have a street free agent or you find an undrafted free agent who's a significant contributor. I'll give you 2 that are making that run right now. Gregory Jr.'s one. If the season began today, Blake Hance would be another at left tackle, even though Ben Barch was activated yesterday. We'll see if he gets any burn in Detroit, either in practice or if he gets an opportunity to play. But if you can do that, and then you can spend, on the other 10, 11, 12 guys, I think that's how you win in this league. But that's bad business to ask him to take less. I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating equation. I mean, do you get the sense that Joe Burrow's going to take less? I'm from afar.
Hell no.
Yeah, from afar, I'm like, you're crazy. And my impression is that there's no way that Joe Burrow.
He just saw Herbert get $50+ million a year. He knows he's better than him.
You know, in 3 or 4 years, 4 or 5 years, we could be sitting here saying, look at what Caleb Williams just got, and look at Trevor's deal. Or look at what C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson or Will Levis. Look at what they just got.
Trevor's underpaid.
And look at what Trevor is getting. It's so hard for us to understand because this is legitimately monopoly-type money. These are figures that we just cannot relate to. You know? And it's hard to grasp. But these owners are filthy, man. They're making so much money, and they're going to make so much more with these recent negotiations with streaming and everything else that is going on. There you have it. You know, I used to think forever, thank goodness there is a salary cap because Jacksonville wouldn't be able to survive. I don't know about that anymore. Shad Khan has money, and I think all of a sudden people want to play here because the culture's totally changed. That's one thing that is evident. You can feel that with members of the national media when they roll in. This place was really hemorrhaging. This place was down in the dumps, you know, number 32 or number 30, 31, 32 in the NFL, right there at the time with like the Oakland Raiders or, you know, a franchise like that, maybe St. Louis before they moved to L.A. That's not the case anymore. People want to be a part of this thing. They want to play here, and that's a good thing. Salary cap ain't going anywhere, but I just thought I'd mention that. All right, let me get back. Let's grab some more from you on it. There's a couple of the things I do want to get into that are pretty interesting. The Sage Steele story is one that is not developing the headlines that I thought it would, but we'll spend a moment on that. I got a couple of other nuggets we'll throw out to you as well. We're going to run tonight with you till 10 o'clock.
Now, 1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
The time has come to make a choice.
Mornings
But I want you to know that I'm not a complete brain case, okay?
on 1010XL.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to shinatridc.com.
Men suffering from ED or PE, you'll see instant results on your first visit at Prime Men's Medical Center. For a limited time, your initial consultation and first treatment are totally free. You'll even get a gift that enhances performance in the bedroom. Call 904-664-8217.
If you're living with heart disease and surgery is necessary, a top-rated heart surgery program is available to you at Baptist Health. The team at Baptist has the highest rating for heart bypass surgery by the Society of Thoracic Surgeons, the gold standard for quality and safety ratings. Ask your doctor to learn more or visit baptistjax.com/heart.
Are you drowning in credit card debt? Want to get cash out of your home's equity? Loan Pronto can now do it in less than a week. Hey, it's Prosser here, and that's right. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit just got even faster. You can get $50,000, $100,000, or even $200,000 in as little as 5 days. And you don't even have to touch your primary mortgage, so you can keep that 3% rate intact. Just get the money you need and pay off all those credit cards, or get that home improvement project started. With this revolutionary program, you can access up to 90% of your home's value, and in most cases, there's no appraisal. Stop paying insane interest rates to the credit card companies and get tens or even hundreds of thousands in cash in as little as 5 days. Call Loan Pronto now for the even faster Equity Express line. 904-999-1508. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
We sure taking a liking to that radio.
You can't listen all day, every day, but you can catch what you missed on demand.
Go on demand at 1010XL.com.
You have the power to listen when you like.
On demand.
Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
At Andy's Automotive and Truck Services, they know that your company's fleet is more than just a bunch of cars and trucks. It's your livelihood, your reputation, your pride. So when you need routine fleet maintenance or emergency repairs, Andy's offers after-hours and mobile service to minimize your downtime and keep your fleet running like new. While you care for your employees and customers, rest assured Andy's Automotive will take care of your fleet. Visit the team at andysats.com.
At ABBQ, they are turning up the heat on game day with a spread that'll make your taste buds do a victory dance. Football and barbecue always play together. I'm talking mouth-watering wings, juicy burgers, and tantalizing appetizers that'll keep your hunger in check as you cheer for your team. Come for the food and football, and stay for the teal-colored Jell-O shots, your destination for mouth-watering barbecue and an unforgettable game day. ABBQ, meet and drink with us.
Summer Nights, presented by 1-to-1 Financial, is an evening affair benefiting Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida, Saturday, August 26th. Enjoy an evening at the beautiful Glass Factory as you sip premium cocktails, dance the night away with live swing music from Bold City Classics, taste delicious dishes from local restaurants, and win exciting auction packages. For details and tickets, go to tinyurl.com/2023 Summer Nights.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Pella Windows and Doors. These intense summer storms are a good reminder to visit the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Check out Pella's new Hurricane Shield and Defender series. These amazing windows exceed all coastal requirements for storm protection. Seriously, they can withstand the impact of a 2x4 shot out of a cannon at 50 feet per second. You want quality, style, and protection? Visit PellaJacks.com and the showroom on Phillips Highway right next to Tesla. That's Pella Windows and Doors.
There's a new butcher in town. We're talking a vacuum marinating, sausage grinding, take and bake siding, value pricing, full service butcher. And our name is Southern Steer.
Now open in Ortega. For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, so August 15th has come and it is gone. Florida State still in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Clemson still in the Atlantic Coast Conference. I have heard from some disgruntled alumni. I don't do the paywalls. Apparently some out there, I don't know what particular source it was, but they had been saying for weeks on end that it was going to happen before the 15th. I mean, people were wrong. It's a tough deal. You know, stuff leaks. Oftentimes stuff leaks on purpose. Stuff can leak for a reason, and that reason is to create a story that is believable, even if in fact it's not. There are reasons for that, but you know, when it comes to Florida State, I understand they are $30 million a year behind, and that is a major concern. But for right now, I don't think you can worry about that. You got to worry about winning football games. And, you know, Rafael Esparza, who's going to be with us as he is each and every Thursday night, last week I had him on. I had an opportunity to watch Florida State practice both here Thursday and Friday on the campus of UNF. And That line has gone from Florida State -2 when it opened to LSU -2.5, and it's running towards -3. That's a 5-point flip. And we don't know why. There's no reason to support this. Rafael Esparza last week said there is no money coming in on Florida State. So I'm like, well, why is that? What is going on right now that we're not aware of? And, Mike Norvell got angry at me when I asked about Jared Verse. I talked to Florida State Sports Information about it. I received their email pre-practice. I read the email. I thought I understood the email. I was under the impression that I could absolutely ask the head coach after a practice about him. Now, I thought I respected that full process. I mean, there were some guys who went down. There was another member of the media from Jacksonville, and I'm not going to throw that individual under the bus, but she asked about a player being carted off the field, which did not happen. There were other members of the Jacksonville press that were there, was under the same impression that I was, that after a practice, you can certainly ask the head coach about a guy that we didn't witness, we didn't see. So anyway, Norvell kind of took it out on me, and that's fine. It's not the first time it's ever happened. I stand true to my feeling on that I was able to ask that question. But that's not the reason why the line switched. That line had been switched before that. And, so I don't think it's an injury reason. That's my point. That's the only reason why I brought up that story again. Is it a conference story? Do you think these kids are worried? Do you think Jared Verse and Jordan Travis and Trey Benson and all of these football players who are going to the NFL next year care as to whether or not Florida State's going to be in the ACC in 2024 or another conference? Maybe some of the younger guys do. It's not affecting recruiting. Norvell's putting together one of his best recruiting class with freshmen ever at Florida State. So I'm just baffled by that.
I wonder if it's like maybe it's not the money that's going one way or the other, but it's who's betting. And, it only takes a few sharps to bet one way for the lines to switch.
I just think these home and away, there's always a sense of a split, right? I mean, I can go back to 93-94, Florida State, Notre Dame. They lost in South Bend. Of course, Florida State, again, was a coward and played the return in Orlando instead of playing it in Tallahassee. But why do I believe that has a lot to do with this? It's the biggest game on tap. 2 top 10 teams. Florida State had that game. Won. They let it go. And if it wasn't for the block by Shaheem Brown, they lose that game. And, not Les Miles, but Brian Kelly proved it later in the year when he went for 2 and beat Alabama. And if he goes for 2, they win that game. He elected not to go for 2. So I want to believe that Vegas is saying right now that means everything as far as what happened last year. And I think they believe that they have a better coaching staff in Baton Rouge than they do in Tallahassee.
And, there's always at least one team in the top 10 preseason that's drastically overhyped, drastically overranked. Somebody that at the end of the season you look and you're like, oh, my God, they had 4 or 5 losses. I forgot they were in the top 5 in the preseason. And that could be one of these teams. And I don't think it's LSU. I don't think it'll be Florida State, but, out of the two, to me, it's more likely that it'll be Florida State that ends up with 3 or 4 losses as opposed to LSU.
I'm going to make a shocking announcement right now, ahead of its time, because I'm in the mood.
Please.
I'm going to pick Florida State over LSU on opening day. Let me
Juicy.
tell you why I'm going to do that. First of all, no one has any idea what's going to happen in this game. And if they tell you that they do, they're lying. It's all a feel. Whether that feel comes from your gut, your heart, or your head, it's opening day. And you just do not know. I think you have when Florida State plays Clemson at the end of September, you have a much better opportunity at where both these teams are. We don't know what's going to happen, Florida, Utah. When Florida plays LSU later in the season, you have a much better idea as to what's going on. In college now, in pro, I don't subscribe to that. I already told you. I think Jacksonville blows out Indianapolis on opening day. I'm going to pick Florida State for a lot of reasons, but one of them is I just don't know. I wouldn't bet this with anyone's money, okay? I would leave it alone.
I agree.
Well, why not go in happy? I'm going to go to the game as a fan. I'm not going as a member of the media. So, it's not integrity-wise, not the best way to go about it, but why not? I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick them to win the game. Here's where it gets interesting. I'm going to pick Florida State to win this game. I'm going to pick LSU to win the national championship.
Ooh. I've said this a lot this offseason. I think either one of those teams, it doesn't matter if they lose this game, still make it to the playoffs. As long as you don't get thumped and it's not like a 35-0 loss from either one of these teams. As long as it's close and respectable, a team can easily get over a one loss early in the season and still get to the playoffs. We've seen it happen, especially with LSU's schedule. I mean, geez, LSU loses to Florida State and they win out. Not only will they be in the playoff, they could be the number one team in the nation at that point.
I have been wrestling with this during the offseason, okay? I'm down. Before I just made that announcement, and I told a couple of media guys today during the Jaguars practice, so I figured why not? Let's spill it now. But I was down to 4 teams, okay? And 2 of my 4, or 1 of my 4, has a new quarterback, and that's Carson Beck. Georgia's schedule is so easy that I think they're going 12-0. I really do. Now, they have a championship game, and then they have the playoffs. But I'm not going to pick them to win it. I'm not going to pick them to three-peat. I am going to pick them to go 12-0 and be ranked number 1. My other team was Michigan. What Michigan has is a returning quarterback. My other 2 teams were LSU, who I'm going to pick. They have a returning quarterback. And, believe it or not, I was going to take a little bit of a flyer here and take USC for the reason of, again, they do have a returning quarterback in Caleb Williams. I do think that Pac-12 schedule is more difficult than a lot of people actually do realize. So I'm down to 3 teams who return a QB in J.J. McCarthy, Caleb Williams, and obviously Jaden Daniels. The other team, Georgia, doesn't have a returning quarterback, Carson Beck. I'm going to pick LSU out of the 4. I don't think it will be as popular as a pick. JJ, my guess, when it's all said and done, you're going to see any combination of Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Michigan. I think most of the country, when they pick their national champion, is going to be one of those 4 schools.
Let me give you a crazy stat. The last 4, and I only heard Joe Cowher say this. I didn't fact check it.
Joe said it. It's fact, and there's no doubt.
Out of the last 4 times that Alabama has not come into the season ranked number 1, they've won the national title.
That's a trend.
And people are just giving Alabama no shot. Matt Hayes says it every day. They don't have a quarterback. It's like I've seen them not have a quarterback and do well plenty of times.
I was reading an article today. They were ranking the top 14 quarterbacks in the SEC. They have Florida's quarterback 14th.
Yeah, I've seen Mertz at the bottom of plenty of those.
And I want to say Milroe was
right above that.
Was like 11th or 12th.
And that's the guy we saw last year? I didn't think he was that bad. Yeah, he came in for like a game or 2 when Young was hurt.
Oh. So.
We got to hit our last break here.
That's the fun part of all this, I mean, that's the beauty of it. But I absolutely subscribe to the theory, if I'm going to pick a national championship winner preseason, I'm picking a team who returns their quarterback. There's just no way around it. And therefore, that's the decision I'm making. I got Florida State knocking off LSU in Orlando on opening day. I have LSU, however, winning the national championship.
Trevor drops, fires to the back of the end zone. The ball's caught for the touchdown. Christian Kirk and Jacksonville strikes first.
I stress all the time, don't chase plays, just make them when they come to you. What you saw from our young guys is they executed the offense or defense and made a play.
Next up, Detroit, Saturday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Mia here and my friends over at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned are fighting inflation and saving you even more. That pre-owned 2019 Toyota Corolla I told you about, it's no longer $1,000 down. It is now just $500 down and $288 per month. Or you choose a pre-owned 2020 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma, now just $500 down and $388 per month. With over 400 used cars in stock, plus more than 100 vehicles under $18K, Arlington is fighting inflation and saving you big time. Find out more at arlingtontoyota.com.
Find your why in your next career move at the First Coast YMCA. Everyone can get involved and make a difference in your community at the Y. And if you'd like to turn your passion into a fulfilling career, the Y is an equal opportunity employer and is now hiring youth program leaders, lifeguards, swim instructors, and more. Plus, Y staff enjoy benefits including free YMCA membership and free childcare while you work. Find your passion, find your why in a career at fcymca.org.
Players Grill Mandarin is welcoming the Roadrunners, North Florida's hottest variety band with lead vocalist Glenn Dewberry and lead guitarist Mike Torelli. Friday, August 25th, 8 p.m. at Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
E.T. here for the Aesthetic Center. Come on, guys. It's time to shed that dad bod and score sculpted abs in just 4 easy treatments of the M-Sculpt Neo with Dr. Rappaport. Each treatment is equal to 20,000 crunches, no downtime, and it's not invasive. No more hiding under them baggy shirts. Get ready to show off your six-pack like your boy on game day. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at jacksonstadycenter.com.
Whether you're driving a golf cart on the course or off, staying safe should always be a priority. Wolfson Children's Hospital offers tips to make sure you and your child know the safety basics to help avoid crashes and injuries at go.baptistjacks.com/golf cart.
You don't think this would be a good moment to text somebody?
There's never a bad moment to share your opinion on the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Share your opinion
As soon as possible.
at 641-1010.
Want to help improve the lives of women and make sure that all survivors of sexual assault are treated with compassion and respect? Join Farah and Farah and the Women's Center of Jacksonville at the summer's biggest breakfast, Thrive, on August 22nd to learn how to pick up the pieces after life throws you a curveball. The Women's Center of Jacksonville is a valuable community resource offering free services when they are needed the most, but they need your support. Visit the WCJ.org for more information on Thrive.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Universal Roof and Contracting is redefining roof replacement. You can protect your home and increase your curb appeal. Whether your roof has suffered storm damage or just worn out over time, they offer a broad array of roof materials, including metal, tile, or architectural shingles to suit your specific needs. They're the right choice for all your roofing needs. So visit universalroof.com to set up a complimentary roof inspection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, pretty much doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, some really bad news now in for Tampa Bay. My goodness. Shane McClanahan done. Tommy John surgery Monday. And that means he'll be gone for next year as well. We were told it was a forearm. Now they find bone chips in the right elbow. So what, this year you've had Jacob deGrom. You've now had Shane McClanahan. Arguably those two, preseason-wise could have battled for the Cy Young. McClanahan had a real good run at it. Ohtani's missing his next start. Cole got beat the other day. Not necessarily, it wasn't him, it was the bullpen. No, actually, they left him in and he got hit in like the 6th and or 7th inning. So it's going to come down to pitching again. Kershaw finally came back, went 5 innings. Very formidable start, low as far as the pitch count. He'll go tomorrow night. But, man, it's hard to try to figure out. The Braves have been ripped apart with injuries. Is it Houston? Now after getting, Verlander, is that the way to go once you – who has the best 3-man rotation in Major League Baseball? I don't know. It may end up being Houston.
Oh, have you seen Texas now? I mean – Max Scherzer has been locked down since he's got there.
He really has. Both these guys pitching well, and I guess someone over in New York referred to Verlander as a diva. He did not take too kind to that.
Now, today's takeaways, brought to you by Key Buick GMC, where our family dealership has been helping families buy vehicles for over 50 years.
All right, my takeaways today, obviously it's right inside the AFC South, and former Gator quarterback Anthony Richardson is going to be the starter for Indianapolis on opening day. He beats out Gardner Minshew, therefore he will face the Jaguars, and as far as I'm concerned, that is perfect. Nothing against Anthony Richardson, but you know what it's like when you see rookie quarterbacks, and you've seen plenty around here with the Jags, so I love this. Richardson completed only 54% of his passes last year. He's working now with Jim Bob Cooter on trying to develop and advance, but you got to love that for the Jags. Oh, by the way, it did come out today that as far as AFC South wins, the over-under for Jacksonville is 4.5. It feels like an easy over, right? Well, they'd have to win at least 5. Jacksonville's never won 5 divisional games. They have won 4 3 times.
You just basically look at it, can't lose 2.
Yeah. Can they go 5-1? Can they go 6-0? They've never done it. I know the first time we did this, I had them at 10-7. I'll have to go back and look, but I want to say I had them 5-1 in the division. I may have had them at 4-2. I don't necessarily like the bet. I would leave it alone. If I was forced to play it, I think I would go over 4. over 4.5 to win at least 5. But, again, I don't like it. And that's part of the beauty of it. Just
And
someone releases a line, you don't have to play it.
Week 17, the Jags have, whatever they're finishing in the playoffs locked in.
Yeah.
And they field Rourke, to
They're
go out there
4-1
against the Titans or whoever it is in the last week of the season, and you lose that bet because of a meaningless game.
You never know.
Yeah.
Making these year-long bets or these season-long bets can always be very intriguing. All right, do appreciate all your input coming in on the text line. I do not check that now that the show is over. If you want to get a hold of me, do it on Twitter. That is Ballou1010XL. Thank you to Devon Hamilton and to JJ LaSelva. Tomorrow night, 6 to 8, right here on your home of the Jaguars with Rick Ballou. We'll talk then.
Gator Nation, this is your home for Gator Talk. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Who's your hero? Before you answer Superman, I don't mean those heroes. I'm talking our local heroes. Do you know one? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet want to recognize your hero in a big way. This year, we will recognize local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new car. That's right, we'll be giving away a brand new car, cash, and free oil changes for life to our local heroes. Visit localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
Ballou here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
There's certain places if you go in, they got what you're looking for, like Gate Convenience Stores and Cold Modelo's. That's the ticket. Or get on the craft side of things with something from Bold City or Sweetwater. Hit the cooler at Gate, full of choices and all of them good.
We've been telling you for almost a year about Nathan's Family Chiropractic and the 100-Year Lifestyle Network. If chronic back or joint pain is keeping you down, don't listen to me. Listen to what Jacksonville is saying about Dr. Alan Nathans.
The stem cell treatment took the pain away.
Changed my life. It's awesome.
Your body just works better when it's aligned. We're believers.
His no-needle regenerative protocols are giving people their lives back. Get yours back, too. Go to the pro in the know. Don't do another cortisone injection. He's one of us helping all of us for the past 25 years. For more info, drnathans.com.
Mike Dempsey, 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Are you ready for the ultimate happy hour experience? Look no further than Bellwether, downtown's undisputed champion of good times. It's Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 7 p, with the exception on Friday when happy hour starts at 11 a.m. Rally the team and head over to Bellwether. The vibe is cool and the food is unbeatable. Free parking after 6 p on weekdays and all weekend. Bellwether Restaurant, where great food and the best happy hour in town come together for an epic win.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping clients all over Florida with their construction perm loans for 34 years. Construction perm loans are not easy to find because a lot of banks and credit unions don't understand them, and therefore they don't like to do them. Well, your problem is solved. Trustline Mortgage wants to help you build your dream home. Our construction perm loans are single close, so you save money by not having to close twice, like with other lenders. Some of our construction perm loans allow you to lock in your interest rate up front. And if interest rates go down, we'll give you the better rate. We offer up to 100% VA loans, up to 96.5% for FHA loans, and up to 95% for conventional loans. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you build your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing lender. MLS number 331480. Summer Nights, presented by 1-to-1 Financial, is an evening affair benefiting Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. Saturday, August 26th. Enjoy an evening at the beautiful Glass Factory as you sip premium cocktails, dance the night away with live swing music from Bold City Classics, taste delicious dishes from local restaurants, and win exciting auction packages. For details and tickets, go to tinyurl.com/2023 Summer Nights.
Bobby, did we get that shipment of mesquite?
Jim's woodworking shop worked fine.
Good fit on those Japanese corners.
Until half his staff retired.
Wow, those cuts are neat. I'm really going to miss your precision.
He needs 4 skilled woodworker bees ASAP.
All right, this jigsaw needs a new blade.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.